All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Dan. I have been helping local companies since 2017 grow their business on the back end and on the front end using marketing tools and systems. I built a SaaS product for cannabis dispensaries in Canada that delivers menu board data real time from point of sale systems. And I started that in 2017, still going today. But now that I've found Go High Level and white labeled it to my company, it's really been a game changer as far as getting everything under one roof, streamlining it, and really making it robust compared to what I had before. In this quick video, I just want to show you how to pull data from your voice AI conversations and use them potentially in workflows and other things, update contact fields. I'm just going to show you how to make that connection. So this is custom fields. We're going to just set up, I'm going to show you one simple example of how to do this. And then it's just how much you want to scale this for what kind of data that you want to pull. So what I've done is I set up a folder in our custom fields specifically for this, just called test data group. So that's the folder, just so we don't have it all mixed in with everything else. We just kind of separated it into a folder. You do that by adding a folder here. So in this folder, I added a field, and I'll just do another one here just so you can see the process. With voice AI, it has to be spoken words. So we can't really pull phone numbers and like date pickers and all that kind of data from the voice AI. We'll have to pull that out as just plain text and manipulate it after the fact. And I can show you that in a subsequent video, but that's not for this video. We're just doing a really simple, show you how it works, set up 1, 2, 3, make a call, watch the data input, and I don't want to show you what it looks like yet because it'll kind of muck it up. And I want to show you just how easy the process is. So the first thing we're going to do is add the custom field. And what I was getting at when I started this is it needs to be either a single line or a multi-line. I don't believe text box list will work. What it's going to do is essentially just give you a chunk of text. We're going to try to highlight the reason that the call was made and what the AI bot did to remedy that reason. So I'm going to choose multi-line because I want more than one line. If I choose single line, I'm just going to get one long single line of text, and that's kind of not intuitive for this particular use case. So go multi-line. Next, you just call it whatever. I called it test summary data. So you're going to go test summary data. Name it whatever you want that makes sense for whatever you're using it for. The idea is you're going to have a folder with all of these in them. So you just want to make it intuitive for how you're setting it up. And again, you can probably come back here and adjust things as you need to. We're going to make sure the object is contact, and test group data is the folder, and field placeholder. I don't really need to fill any of that other stuff in. So we're just going to save. You can see here now I got test summary data and test summary data. So this here was the second one. I'm just going to delete that one because we don't need that one, but that's the process of building those. It's either going to be a single line or a multi-line, and then you just fill in the blanks here. You're going to end up with this little value here, the unique key. That's your custom data key. So if you were to bring this later after we do this process into like a workflow or something, you're going to call on that particular value from that bucket that we just set up. This is an empty bucket right now. But once there's data in there and you want to call it into a workflow, you're going to use this particular unique key. In the contact record now, you should see once you've set up your custom field, it's set up here in its own group because we put it in a folder. So now you have all of your separate whatever you set ups, and then you have your test group for this particular session. And then here's the custom field, and we don't have a value put into it. So we have successfully validated that our empty bucket is ready for data. So now what we need to do, and I'm not going to get into setting up your voice agent, but there's lots of, how to do that. But essentially what we need to do, everything is basically default here. I just said her name was Ainsley because I watched Big Brother this year and I thought that was a cool AI name because it's AI Ainsley. So anyway, all of this is default and fine. The only thing, again, I added, it was your name is Ainsley. And did I put that in this one? I don't know if I did. Yes, I did. So this is default. And right under the script instructions for inbound call, they said critical, always start by asking for first name or full name. And I want to just add to this. It doesn't matter how the call starts. Always. Just in case. So no matter how the call starts, they have to do that, right? That's the very first step. Got to do it. And I'll just check my grammar and I'll save that. So default other than that one line, just because I want to be able to get the name. So anything spoken in the transcript is going to be pulled data. If you just put it in the prompt and think that that's somehow going to translate through, it will not. It has to be spoken in the call as words. So for example, what's your name? Dan. I have to say that. Otherwise, it will not populate Dan, right? So in the same sense, this is what we're doing to have anything that we want to update in the summary. So we want to have that conversation that's like, what's the reason for the call? How did the bot handle the call? So that needs to all be kind of spoken out loud so that we have that data to pull from the transcript to insert into places that we need to, in this case, the custom field. So that's the prompt, totally basic, completely default. All I did was go switch to advanced. I put this one line in and I put the name in just so that they have reference to themselves, right? Because in the first step, I gave her a name. So in an agent goals, this should say by default, you are agent, 5496. And I don't want them to refer to themselves as I am agent 5496. So now it will refer to themselves as Ainsley. All right. So the next step is update contact field. So you just go down in agent goals and update contact field. And now we're going to basically target that empty bucket and ask the AI conversation based on what's been said to pull certain data from that and put it into the empty bucket. So when we open this up, you should just have all this blank. We're just going to add the action name. And then when you pull down this, you should see that custom field label as part of what you can select in here. So you just select that. In my case, it was test summary data. And then we just go what to update into the field. I'm going to take this. You're gonna just bear with me one sec. Put that at the front, and I'm just gonna say, please summarize the call. And I'm going to change this to detail. The reason for the call. Who was calling, and the response to the reason for the call. So basically, that's going to try to pull from that conversation who called, why they called, what the bot did for the reason that they called, and hopefully a little summary of the call. So that's what we're asking it to pull from there and update into the field. So then we go down and we have to give it an example now. They added this recently after launch, and this basically contextualize what you want back from the bot. So whatever you type here, it's going to sort of replicate and go, oh, this is what you want, right? So you're telling the bot, this is how I want you to give me the data. So the reason for the call, quote, to update. So this is for instance, for an example, somebody did this call. This is the data that got pushed. To update the client status, the agent forwarded the call to humans. And here is the summary of the call between the caller and the agent. So that's kind of the structure and what I want to get back, right? So that's my case example. You can add a few in here if you want to, sort of give it some variation or some range. But I think I'm good with that. So I'm going to save. So we did set up the custom field. Made sure that it's there. We went to, what was this? Oh yeah, we made sure that the custom field was set up. It's an empty bucket waiting for data. We've set up the agent goals just to have them ask for name and also understand their name. We set up the update contact section and pointed it to that empty bucket. We asked it what we wanted it to put in that bucket and gave it an example and contextualized the output that we're looking for. We're all good so far. That's pretty much it. So now what we're going to do is make a call to the agent. So I'm actually going to push the dialer, and give me a sec here. Put the right number in. Okay, yeah. So I'm doing this through the dialer, so we'll update that same record from the same number. So it's going to reference the contact record by the phone number. That's going to be the base.
Will be recorded for quality purposes.
Hey, you have reached Greenleaf Digital LP. This is Ainsley. How can I help you today?
Hey, Ainsley. I'm just kind of trying to follow up. I have that flower shop, and we were curious about the website and e-commerce and the pricing and timeline on it.
Got it. I'll make sure a team member reaches out to you with all the details about the website, e-commerce options, pricing, and timeline. Could I get your full name to ensure we have everything in order?
Oh, it's Dave Johnson.
Thanks, Dave. I'll pass your information along. Is there anything else you need help with today?
No, I think that was what I needed. I just need somebody to call me back so we can try to get a quote on what that website e-commerce setup looks like for our flower shop and how much it will cost and how long it will take.
Absolutely, Dave. I'll make sure someone gets back to you with all the details on the website setup, costs, and timeline.
Perfect.
Thanks for reaching.
Thank you.
Great. You're welcome, Dave. Have a fantastic day.
You too. Bye. All right. So I pretended to be a flower shop. So now we'll bounce back over to the record. You see how it's blank here. I'm just going to give it a refresh, and we should see that data populated into that field. So what we've asked in that agent goal section. So there you go. So now this is populated, and we'll just read what it decided to put in here. The call was from Dave Johnson, who owns a flower shop and was following up on information regarding website and e-commerce setup, pricing, and timeline. Bot assured Dave that the team member would reach out with the necessary details. Dave also inquired about the response time, to which the bot replied that the team is quick but couldn't provide an exact time frame. The call concluded with confirmation that someone would contact Dave soon for further assistance. We could add things like what was the temperament of the call at the beginning, at the end, and that gives us some sort of quality assurance data. So there's a lot that we can pull from this, just based on what the bot can infer from that conversation and the data that's actually said in the conversation. So that's actually a good thing to even try. Let's see if we can say, please summarize the call and temperament of the caller. Actually, call. Let's try that. I don't know if I spelled that right. Doesn't look like I did. Temperament of the caller at the end of the call. I have 2 periods there. Need and. All right, so I'll save that. I'm just adding to see if that's going to give us the temperament of the call. So now I'm going to go back. I'm going to do that same call again. And maybe I'll act a little miffed or something. So same cycle, same everything again. Rinse and repeat.
This call will be recorded for quality purposes.
Hey, you have reached Greenleaf Digital LP. This is Ainsley. How can I help you today?
Hey, Ainsley, I'm just, I have a flower shop and I've had a really tough day. Somebody stepped on my flowers and I'm really mad. But I'm just trying to figure out if we can get that website quote from you. I'm just not very happy. Not mad at you, but I'm just happy that somebody stepped on my flowers today.
I totally get it. That sounds really frustrating. Let's focus on getting that website quote sorted for you, okay? Should I start by getting...
My name is Edward.
Thanks, Edward. A team member will reach out to you soon with the website quote. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
Can you get people to not step on my flowers?
I wish I could, but I can definitely send some good vibes your way. Hopefully, tomorrow will be a better day for your flowers. Anything else on your mind?
No, that's good. I'll just wait for, who's going to call me back?
A team member from Greenleaf Digital LP will reach out to you soon. They'll help with your website.
Thanks. I'm going to go. Bye. All right, so I just played Eeyore there, and we'll see if it picks up on that based on that extra little bit that I added. So now what it's going to do, it's going to replace this data because it's just going to update whatever's in that field. So keep that in mind in workflows. If you want that to persist and not be overwritten, the same contact will, if this contact phones again, this field will be replaced kind of thing, right? So now when I refresh, we should have the updated conversation in there. And there you can see the caller, Edward, owns a flower shop and had a tough day because someone stepped on his flowers. He called to inquire about getting a website quote from Greenleaf Digital. The agent expressed sympathy for Edward's situation and assured him that a team member would reach out soon with the website quote. Edward was frustrated but not angry at the agent by the end of the call. So it did pick up on what I asked it to put in there as far as temperament of the caller by the end of the call. So these are the little things that we iterate as we build this out, and we go, hey, I don't like that it did that. Let's change the prompting a bit and try to fix that. Or I want to add some functionality to the call, or I want to add some sequence to the call. So all of these things that you iterate in the prompt over time just makes the agent better and better, and that's what we call agent prompting, basically prompt development, prompt engineering, however you want to say it. So this is basically the whole thing right here. Now, if you want to get deeper into the woods on that, in the other group, the special access projects group, we're going to build the food order bot. So if you want to build that with me and have it for yourself, save a bit of money because this will eventually be a snapshot I'm going to be selling. But if you want to dive into that build with me, you can do that in the group as well. So it'll probably take a few weeks to get that dialed in and perfect. The goal on the food order side is to get everything that you saw. If you did see my pizza demo on the group, is to basically get that whole thing set up, minus the payment gateways and integrations and all that. That's kind of outside of the box, right? But to get everything food order bot did as far as qualifying the day, qualifying the delivery times, the orders, the pricing, and then packaging that all up, kind of doing the same thing that I just showed you here, but on a large scale. And then shooting out all the delivery notifications to the client, to the vendor, to the delivery guy, so that everybody's notified. The order information, that's all in there. And in the free stuff, I'll show you little videos like this and sort of give you the basics. But if you want to dive into some of the specifics and really detail advanced stuff, that's the group to check out if you want to do that with me. Again, not a guru, not some sort of super genius. I just very persistent nerd. I've been doing this for, lots of time, 25 plus years now. If anybody remembers the Tandy 1000, that was my first computer. So that will date me. I'm not going to say, but yeah, I'm really into this stuff. I love this stuff. I love the systems and building things and making things work like this. So if you guys want to, if you dig it and you like my flow on how I put things out there, it's kind of, I try to be non-technical, but sometimes I ramble. If you can appreciate that, then jump in the group with me and we'll build some stuff. So yeah, that's how you pull data from the transcript. It has to be said out loud in the call to be data. So if, for example, in the food order bot, what time do you want it delivered? Has to be qualified, right? There's a lot of nuance in there that you'll figure out as you build these out, use case to use case. And there's not like a rule book for this. It's conversational AI. So it's just basically, what are you saying? How are you saying it? What structure, what context, what examples are you doing in the prompts for the AI to understand exactly, finitely what you want as output, right? So that's it in a nutshell. I'm going to probably stop there. Thanks again. See you soon. I'm doing more of these videos. I'm starting a YouTube channel for the company. So we'll be posting some videos there and you'll see videos popping up with me all over the place. So I appreciate it. I'm going to try to do more tutorials like this and we'll see you soon.